finally have an easy and consistent way to two-shot Dragon Cliffs. Dragon Cliffs has to be the most annoying district to attack in the clan capital, but we finally have a way that works to two-shot this one every single time. Mass super miners with frost and or heal has been crushing this district. Let me show you what I mean. So let's hop in and show you guys how to do this. Now I know it's Monday and raid weekend just finished, but you're gonna want to know this for next raid weekend. On this one we got 77% on the first attack, and all we're doing is using mass super miners, and I think this works really well with 2 frosts, but it also works really well with a frost and a heal. Now this base probably looks familiar, right? You've probably seen this on raid weekend. What you're gonna do is you're gonna frost right there on the expo and the single, and then you're just gonna send your miners in here. The miners are gonna bunch together and just take out defenses, and the super dragons can't really keep up and deal enough damage to them quick enough. I've heard that people are actually even one-shotting the Dragon Cliffs with this strategy. Pretty crazy, guys, pretty crazy. I wasn't able to pull off a one-shot, but we did get pretty close on a couple of occasions. But I wanted to show this off because this seems to be the most common layout for this base. So I figured you guys should probably see how I do it. And there's really nothing to it. Just drop all the miners in, frost the dragons, frost the bow, and when these dragons are in there and they're frozen and they're slowed down, they're not going to be able to keep up with the miners, and that allows us to just work through here, get so much out. And since we're bringing 2 of those frost spells, we're able to just cruise right on through this base without too much resistance. Now eventually the dragons do catch up, but like I said, we got pretty close to one-shotting this on a couple of occasions during this past raid weekend, and freeing up the dragons here is not a bad thing, because then you can cluster them together and use that second frost spell to kind of slow them down. Now the one thing here is the pathing's a little bit awkward, and I decided to throw down my second spell right here. Remember, there are only 3 housing space now, so we can bring 2, just because all these dragons kind of get bunched up here. But I don't know, I think there could have been maybe a better spot that we could have used that, but you can see we get pretty much that whole bottom side of the base down with just 10 miners. Now, there were occasions where I was bringing in like a couple of barbarians or a battle ram or 2, but that's really not necessary. The miners will do all the heavy lifting for you. You'll get through here, you'll be really good. Like, check this out, guys. These miners are gonna go ahead, clear this up. Obviously, the dragons just can't keep up with them. They're slowed down, but eventually our miners will go down here. But look at this, we don't have much base left over, and if we hop right into the next replay, you can see we just bring in the rest of the miners and just cruise right on through here. Frost those dragons, run the miners right in here from this left side, and just try to keep those miners as clustered together as possible. The faster they can destroy that building, get it down, move on to the next building, the better you're going to be, and that's what you're looking for. I learned the hard way on that. You don't want to spread your miners out. You want them all on the same building. That way they can get that building down, go back underground, and get on to the next building. So I was experimenting with this throughout the raid weekend, like different spells and stuff. On this one, I think I should have brought 2 frosts, but we bring the frost in here and just try to get all these dragons captured in here. And then same thing, we're going to start those miners in the same spot almost every single time. Now, I think you can do pretty well taking out one of the miners and throwing in a barb just to clear out some of this trash. That way you can keep that miner pack tighter together. But I like using the lightning right there on that building just to go ahead and take it out. But we're going to go ahead and use that heal in here. I think when you have the bow in this area, a frost with a heal is actually going to work really nice. I think on this one, I should have just brought 2 frosts, and you'll see we don't do super amazing on the first attack here. We only get 43%, and I was really worried I was going to mess this up, but the miners are so quick, guys, it's not an issue. They're able to just run right on through there, and when you free those dragons up, when you take out the dragons' huts, that's actually a good thing. That way those dragons are going to try to follow the miners around. They're not going to be in that little same radius. They're going to be kind of stuck just trying to chase the miners, and they just can't catch up. They can't keep up. So on this one, we only get 43%. Not good. The district hall kind of held us up. We got that bow firing. We got the dragons catching up. So it was not a very good first run there. However, on our second run, we make that adjustment. We do bring in a couple barbs here to also pull those dragons down and away. And this is something you can do on that second attack after you freed up 2, 3, 4 of those dragons. You can kind of bring them down to the bottom, but now we also have 2 of those frost spells so that we can go ahead and slow up all 4 of these dragons. There's no need to fight these dragons. You don't have to worry about that at all. Just go ahead and slow them down. Now I'm going to use my barbarians right over here just to clear out some of these trash buildings. Run the miners right up the left side. And the dragons are going to be distracted here trying to take out the barbs. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to frost and slow them down. Mind you, we still have that frost from the last attack. So we're going to be really, really nice here. Still got one barb in here. And man, guys, this has been working really consistent. I think I got 6 or 7 Dragon Cliffs in a row. Like, normally, Dragon Cliffs is the last district. I was hitting Dragon Cliffs every single time. First raid, first attack during the raid. Because I was so confident that I could just go in with 10 miners, 2 frost, not even look at the base, and I could get it down. That's where we got to towards the end of the stream last night. If you were there, you can testify. You could, be my witness on this because it was pretty strong. But even with that weak start of the 43%, we're able to work on through here. Let's speed this up just a little bit because you see, the dragons just aren't able to catch the miners. So these miners, I think we'll see them getting a nerf at some point. But I definitely suggest for the time being, take advantage of it. Use these super miners. The dragons can't keep up, so why not use those dragons, run through here. Honestly, like the super miners were two-shotting almost every single district. They're not great on the clan capital. I will say that. They're okay on the clan capital, but they're not great there. But they two-shot just about every single other district as well. So on this base right here, I was still trying to like figure out how to kind of use these. And you see, we got a little bit of barbs in here, but honestly, I don't think we really needed the barbs on this one. And what I really did, I think, wrong here, I don't think I needed to double frost right there. I think I should have frosted here at the bow, ran all the miners over here like I do, and then frosted over here because we actually have a pretty good run at this one. But this was kind of early on. I was still trying to learn and kind of get the feeling for how these miners interacted with the dragons. And realistically, I think I was just going for a clean two-shot on Dragon Cliffs. I mean, a few weeks ago before this update came out, let's be honest, we were all happy to two-shot, sometimes three-shot Dragon Cliffs. Now it's consistently two-shotting, so when I'm running through all my accounts, I'm just happy to get that two-shot. So we're just planning for that. But look at this, guys. These miners just working right on through here. Like I said, if I maybe frost over here, we could have maybe had a shot at the one-shot on this one. But we were still learning. We were still trying to figure things out. I usually run through all my accounts on Sundays, unless like I'm doing, a full raid video for you guys on like a Friday or something like that. So that's why this is coming to you on a Monday. But again, I hope a lot of you guys find this on raid weekend and it helps you out, helps you be successful on your raid weekend, because I know this was super helpful for me on one of the most annoying districts in Clash of Clans. Let's be honest here. No one likes hitting Dragon Cliffs before these miners, and people probably still dread it even with the miners because they just don't know. So that's what I'm trying to do, educate people, get the word out there, and let you guys know how to use these super miners. That was 70% through there. We bring in a couple more frosts and it's just going to be really nice. Again, just trying to get these guys kind of stuck in here. This one I kind of messed around a lot in. I probably didn't need to do all this messing around. I was trying to pull these dragons off to the side here and get them like stuck in the frost, but I wasn't paying attention very well. So we spent a lot of time just messing around with the dragons on this one. Finally, we do get the dragons up there, so we can go ahead and start the rest of the attack. We get our miners working through here, frost up the other dragons, and then I'm going to go ahead and use one of those barbs down here to finish off that other cannon as well. Really simple attack here, guys. The super miners are just going to crush this for you. Don't worry about fighting the dragons. Just go underground and dodge those dragons. It's crazy, but it's so consistent and so easy to use. And I'm just trying to show you guys all the different base variations that I saw with this. A lot of times we see that base where like up the left-hand side here, like it works through and then it's an L shape there, the default layout. But sometimes we were seeing a little bit of variance here. And this is where I, try to mess around and bring in that heal spell, just trying to get a little bit more out of it. And this one almost worked. I really wanted a one-shot. Someone in stream chat said that they heard of someone one-shotting Dragon Cliffs, and I really was trying to go for that one-shot without much effort. Like, that would be the thing, right? If we can get a one-shot and really, like, minimal effort, that'd be OP. But this one does really well. Notice the time on all these also. It's quick. You don't have to spend a lot of time planning, overthinking. I don't know how many times I've spent 3 minutes sending archers throughout Dragon Cliffs trying to, time my rages perfectly, trying to work through there. With this, you just send it in, let the miners do the work for you, and just get rewarded with a nice 2-shot on the district. So letting this one work through there, really we just leave up this like left-hand side of the base. Wasn't too bad, guys. It wasn't too bad at all. Like I think that's gonna be my goal for next raid weekend, is try to get that 1-shot on Dragon Cliffs. I don't know if base building will change. Honestly, I don't know about you guys, but like in our clan, we don't see a lot of variance in bases. We see a lot of default layouts. I mean, there's some variance, but for the most part, not too crazy. On this one, since we had 79%, I just went right back in. I'm like, yeah, I can just crush this, no problem. So I just went right back in. 21 buildings is nothing, or 21% is nothing to finish that off, you know? And again here, guys, just another base layout here, just trying to show you the different variations. So on this one, this was one of my really early ones. My thought process was just to try to slow down these defenses, not realizing that you really need to slow down those dragons. This might have even been my first one, I don't remember, but really you want to slow down the dragons. Like that bomb tower is not going to affect me. I really should have ran that freeze this way to slow those dragons down. Well, live and learn, guys. You know, that's part of any process. You want to figure out how it's going to work, how it's going to behave, and that's what I did. I literally took every Dragon Cliffs from when I started attacking to the end of the night until we filled out our clan, and I just hit Dragon Cliffs every single time so I could try to figure it out and understand it. The biggest thing is trying to get those dragons trapped within that frost spell so they're slow, they can't catch up to your miners. Even if they aren't in there, they're still going to have a hard time keeping up with your miners if you keep them nice and tight and together in a pack. That's the big thing. Drop them all in the same spot so they can just work through building to building to building. Obviously, they're going to spread out at some point, but the longer you can keep them tighter together, the better. So we get through here. This one was a little bit lower, 55%, but you'll see on this next one, we're able to bring it right back. We're 10 miners and 2 frosts, no big deal. Just let the miners work through here. Even if there's a few traps, no big deal. These miners are going to come back together. We'll use those frosts on those dragons. Look, these dragons can barely move because the miners are going underground, so they don't have anything to target. So they're just stuck in that frost spell, and that's what makes us so successful against Dragon Cliffs. We'll go ahead and drop in another frost to slow down that other dragon, and also slow down those 2 that are going to start chasing us. We're going to be good, guys. We're going to be real nice through here. We'll even loosen up this other dragon right here. And then we just have a couple more here on the backside. Excuse me for my long pauses and stuff, still getting over being sick. My throat's a little bit irritated after streaming for 4 hours. I probably shouldn't have done that, but it was a really good time, and we had to do all our raid weekend hits anyways, so it's good, man. It's all good. We're working through here. We're crushing out the Dragon Cliffs, helping you guys get better, and I'm just trying to show you guys all the different base layouts I saw. That's why I'm showing different replays. I feel like you guys get the point, but I want to show you guys different base layouts in case you guys encounter these, like, oh yeah, Bash did that, I can do it too. And just so you guys know, Persia War was the first one that I did this on, and we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 Dragon Cliffs in a row, all 2-shot. So I definitely feel you guys can do it. If you don't believe me, go watch the live stream replay. It's up on the channel. We did it all live. But hopefully this will help you guys in the coming raid weekend and future raid weekends. Hopefully we don't see a nerf to these miners because they're really fun to use, not only on Dragon Cliffs, but other districts as well. I feel like next raid weekend, I'll show you guys that in action. We'll do a full raid using only super miners because they're very, very strong. But you guys get the idea on this one. Let me know if you guys have any questions, comments, concerns down there in the comment section. I'll do my best to respond. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. You guys have a great day. Keep on clash bashing.